What if I told you that every zoo on Earth is about to become completely obsolete? Not because we're giving up on animals, but because we're about to do something so revolutionary, so impossibly ambitious, that it makes the largest zoo in the world look like a hamster cage. Picture this: a woolly mammoth, brought back from 4,000 years of extinction, taking its first steps not onto concrete, not behind glass walls, but onto 50,000 square kilometers of pristine wilderness. This isn't science fiction anymore. This is Mammoth Park, and it's going to change everything we thought we knew about conservation. But first, let's talk about why traditional zoos are fundamentally broken. I don't care how beautiful they look or how much money they spend on natural habitats, they're still prisons with better decorations. An African elephant walks up to 50 miles per day in the wild. In the best zoos, maybe 2 miles around a paddock. The numbers don't lie. Despite billions spent on zoos worldwide, we're still losing species faster than we can breed them. We're treating symptoms while the patient bleeds out. But what if there was another way? What if instead of shrinking wild animals down to fit our concrete boxes, we could expand our entire concept of what conservation could be? Welcome to Mammoth Park, the world's first next-generation species reintroduction reserve. Forget everything you think you know about wildlife parks. This isn't just bigger than any zoo. At 50,000 square kilometers, it's larger than Denmark. It's bigger than West Virginia. It's so vast that weather patterns will actually form inside its boundaries. But size is just the beginning. Every single square meter of this reserve is being designed from the ground up using artificial intelligence, climate modeling, and 30,000 years of ecological data. We're not just finding a place to put animals, we're reconstructing an entire lost world. The Mammoth Steppe ecosystem once covered 1/3 of Earth's land surface. The park will feature invisible boundaries made of sound and scent barriers that animals naturally avoid. No fences, no walls, just psychological boundaries that guide migration patterns and prevent human-wildlife conflict. Imagine herds of mammoths moving across vast tundra, stopping only where ancient instincts, now encoded in their modified DNA, tell them they've reached the edge of their world. And the visitor experience? You'll descend into underground glass tunnels where mammoth herds walk directly overhead. You'll ride silent electric vessels through waterways where giant beavers build dams. You'll climb into canopy observation platforms where saber-toothed cats might rest in the branches above you. This isn't watching animals, this is stepping back in time. The genetic engineering behind this project makes Jurassic Park look like a high school science fair. We're not just cloning mammoths from frozen DNA, we're creating genetically diverse populations that never existed in nature. Scientists are combining DNA from multiple mammoth specimens found across Siberia, creating hybrid genomes that incorporate the best traits from different populations. The first mammoth calves won't be born in laboratories. They'll be born in specially designed birthing facilities right inside the park, attended by elephant midwives who've been trained for months to recognize mammoth maternal behaviors. The calves will imprint on their surrogate mothers, but they'll grow up in herds with other young mammoths. But the most incredible part? The indigenous Siberian communities aren't just advisors on this project, they're the lead designers. The Evenki, Yukagir, and Chuchi peoples have oral traditions going back thousands of years that describe the Mammoth Steppe ecosystem. These communities are becoming the world's first mammoth rangers.
Here's something that will absolutely blow your mind. Mammoth Park could literally help save us from climate change. When mammoths trampled ancient forests into grasslands, they created what scientists call albedo modification. Dark forests absorb heat from the sun. Light-colored grasslands reflect it back to space. But it gets even crazier. When large herbivores trample snow in winter, they compress it into a thin, insulating layer that prevents ground heat from escaping. Permafrost in Siberia stays frozen year-round instead of melting and releasing massive amounts of stored carbon. Early studies suggest this could prevent the release of 70 billion tons of carbon. The economic implications are staggering. Climate tourism could generate billions in revenue while funding conservation efforts. Imagine booking a vacation to watch the climate being saved in real time. Imagine your children's children visiting these parks not just to see incredible animals, but to witness the ecosystems that hold their planet back from the brink. And here's the truly revolutionary part. If this works, we're looking at a complete transformation of how conservation globally. Forget tiny nature reserves and isolated breeding programs. We're talking about continent-sized rewilding projects across 6 continents. This is just the beginning. Mammoth Park is the prototype for what scientists are calling Pleistocene parks, massive reserves designed to recreate extinct ecosystems worldwide. In North America, they're designing Great Plains restoration projects that will bring back American cheetahs, giant beavers, and short-faced bears. In South America, round slopes the size of elephants could return to engineer rainforest ecosystems that are more resilient to climate change. In Australia, carnivorous kangaroos and marsupial lions might help control invasive species that are destroying native habitats. But the technology isn't limited to extinct species. Endangered animals could be genetically enhanced to survive in changing climates. Tigers modified for cold resistance could repopulate Siberian forests. Coral reefs could be engineered to withstand ocean acidification. Elephants could be designed to thrive in areas where traditional populations can't survive. Educational opportunities will be revolutionary. Children won't just learn about extinction, they'll see resurrection. They won't just study climate change, they'll watch climate solutions being implemented by ecosystems that humans brought back from the dead. Biology classes will include field trips to observe speciation of zoos. This is the future of our entire relationship with the natural world. For 12,000 years, humans have been driving species extinct. For the first time in our history, we're about to reverse that trend on an ecosystem-wide scale. I want you to imagine something with me. Imagine your great-grandchildren asking you what Earth was like before the Great Rewilding. Imagine them studying in school about the time when most animals lived in cages, when ecosystems were broken fragments, when extinction was forever. Imagine them looking at you with amazement, unable to comprehend a world where mammoths weren't thundering across the tundra. If this video opened your eyes to possibilities you never imagined, I need you to do something right now. Hit that subscribe button, because next week I'm taking you inside the actual laboratory where mammoth embryos are being developed. I've got exclusive footage that no other creator has access to, and what the scientists showed me will change everything you think you know about what's possible. But more than that, I want to hear from you. In the comments, tell me, if you could bring back any extinct species and give it a continent-sized park, what would it be and why? Drop a if you think mammoth parks are the future of conservation. Drop a if you think this could actually help solve climate change. The age of tiny zoos and symbolic conservation is ending. The age of planetary scale ecosystem restoration is beginning. Welcome to the future.